Hello, everyone. Uh, Good afternoon. I welcome you all in today's webinar on the occasion of World Obesity Day. I'm Dr. Rini Bhadwaj, MS in Gynae and Obs, in the Ishan Ayurveda Medical College and Research Center, which is present in Knowledge Park 1, Greater Noida. In our hospital, we have a library, we have Panchkarma facilities. We have specialist doctors of gynae, pedia, ENT, and surgery. Our hospital is approved by the Ministry of Ayush and Government of India. It is also CGHS panel. I would like to thank our chairman, sir, Dr. D.K. Garg, who motivates us to spread the knowledge of obesity and all these to the world. Today, 4th March 2022, the theme of today's Obesity Day is Everybody Needs to Act. This campaign of World Obesity Day aims to improve the understanding of the obesity, the prevention, and the treatment of the obesity. As we can see in today's world, this obesity is as a disease is increasing in the people, and in every 6 women and every 6 people there's an obese person. So what is obesity? Obesity is actually the accumulation of excessive fats inside the body. When the BMI, means the basal metabolic rate, the basal metabolic index, increases above 30, we can say that's obese. So actually in the females also these days, the increase in BMI causes a lots of diseases. It increases the precocious puberty in the females. Even the fertility decreases with the obesity. The menstrual problems increases with the obesity. The PCOS, the fibroid, and all these problems in the woman occur due to obesity. So today's session is how to control this obesity with the help of diet and exercise and lifestyle changes. So today I invite Dr. Jyoti, who was associate professor in our college, to uh, share us the knowledge of this obesity topic more.
Uh, Thank you, Dr. Rini, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Jyoti, Associate Professor in Kaya Department, presently working at Ishan Ayurvedic Medical College, Hospital and Research Center. As Dr. Rini rightly said, today is the 4th March. We are celebrating World Obesity Day. So I'm going to highlight few of the things about obesity. What is it? What is its importance? Why it is so necessary to celebrate this? And what is its impact globally? And as Dr. Rini rightly mentioned, uh, this year's World Obesity Day theme is Everybody Needs to Act. And let's see when and why it is being celebrated. Worldwide, obesity is a very common problem, and it was started during 2015 as a campaign to support and to motivate the people to practice healthy things and to achieve the goal of healthy weight and to reverse the global obesity crisis. And what is obesity? As it has been mentioned by World Health Organization very clearly that overweight and obesity are defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that may impair health. And when we say globally, India ranks third in global obesity index. And it is very common in children also, the obesity. So India ranks second highest in the number of obese children in the world. As the children grows, we start to give them video games, mobiles. So their sedentary activities start a bit. So later, mildly obese child gradually turns into an obese adult. Obesity is not limited to any particular city or any country. It is a global problem, and you can call it rightly as a pandemic. What are the causes of obesity? Obesity is mainly caused due to high calorie foods, sedentary lifestyle, midlife weight gain, which is very common during pregnancy and after the pregnancy. And it may also due to hypothyroidism, and it is also caused due to heredity and usage of certain drugs such as steroids. How we can say a person is obese, healthy, or underweight? To measure that, there is a unit named as body mass index. If the person is below 18, we term it as underweight. If the person is under 18 to 25, we call them as normal. If the person reaches to 25 to 30, he is the overweight. And if beyond 30, he is obese. And if beyond 35, it is extremely obese. And we calculate BMI based on a formula, that is weight in kgs divided by height in meter square. I request everyone who are watching this to please calculate your BMI today and know your health status. If it is below 18, the health risks are very minimal, and if it is normal, it is also minimal. If you start gaining weight and you are being under in overweight sequence, then your health risks are increased, and thereby it may going to increase gradually. That is the importance of BMI. So please go and check your BMI today itself. Why we need to know about obesity? Why it is so importance been given as we are celebrating it as World Obesity Day? Because the effects of its on health are very dangerous. Because of this, it may lead to diabetes mellitus. It is a part of metabolic syndrome, and it may cause hypertension, arthritis, erectile dysfunction, gallstones, cholecystitis, heart disease, GERD, which we call it as gastro esophageal reflux disorder. It may also result in stroke, pancreatitis, and fatty liver, which has been a very common nowadays. And on this occasion, I would like to mention one famous musician name who has been passed away recently, Bappi Lahiri, because of sleep apnea, which is one of the reason because of his obesity, he went through that problem and passed away. And the causes which we follow may the causes of the obesity may increase the risk of obesity, and thereby the related health problems of risk are very dangerous. And if we follow the right things, such as physical activity and foods containing dietary fiber, and diet very rich in protein, vitamins, and for children, if we give breastfeeding and fruits and vegetables, the risk will be very minimal. Let's see the scope of Ayurveda in cure and prevention of obesity. In Ayurveda, to obesity, we call it as taulya. And very obese person, we call it as very atistaulya. And uh, a very beautiful shloka is there. I would like to mention a part of it. It is Stana Udara Lambana. That is flabbiness of hips, abdomen, and breast. It is a clinical symptom of obesity. That is Taulata. It is considered as one of the Santarpanotta Vikaras. That is, it is caused due to the consumption of excessive calories, according to Ayurveda. What are its causes according to Ayurveda? We call causes as nidana. The causes or the nidanas are excess intake of food, which are rich in calories, and ati ahara, that is overeating, and lack of physical activities, and we call it as diva sapna, which is daytime sleeping. These are the causes. And lakshanas, according to Ayurveda, are अल्पे अपि चेष्टिते श्वासं स्टिक् स्तन उदरलम्बनम् अति आहारसेवन अति दौर्गन्ध्य अति स्वेद अति श्रम and ati nidra. These are the symptoms or the lakshanas of staulia. That is, if a person exhibits the symptoms of obesity, he may feel the symptoms like breathlessness, even on little exertion or physical activity, lack of interest in doing work, profuse sweating with foul body odor, excessive hunger, feeling of tiredness without doing any work, and excessive sleep. And I would, on this occasion, I would also like to endorse some of the line of treatment modes in Ayurveda. And I would also request to kindly follow these line of treatment only by a registered Ayurvedic medical practitioner. Don't try it by yourself. The Shamana treatments which are followed in Ayurveda for obesity are Langhana, that is fasting. I would like to give a small tip here. If a person's triglycerides levels are increased and if he started any taking any medicines, so I would like to request them, please stop taking any such kind of medicines only for triglycerides because triglycerides level can be treated only by fasting weekly once. Make it a habit to fast a day in a week. And next treatment is amapachana because the whole thing of obesity is mainly due to disturbance of fat metabolism. And we give the medicine of amapachana, which restores the fat metabolism procedure. And ruksha udvartana, what is it? Is it is a dry medicated powder massage. We carry out it using Triphala Churna, Kolakulatadi Churna. And the next things like heavy and non-nourishing diet. In Ayurveda, it is very rightly mentioned that lagu gurucha patarpana, lagucha santarpana. For a obese person, the ahara, the diet should be heavy, but it should be non-nourishing. It should not provide any nourishment to the person, but the person should feel fulfilled. His stomach should be fulfilled. And in that case, it should be heavy and non-nourishing diet. And it is also advised for physical exercise and mental work. And we carry out some other procedures like Samshodhana Chikitsa. I think you might have heard about Panchakarma, which is very popular. And the Ayurveda, heart and soul of Ayurveda, we call it as Panchakarma. Here we carry out Vamana, that is therapeutic emesis, Virechana, therapeutic purgation, Lekhana Basti, that is medicated enema, are advised for the management of Staulia. And we use certain single drugs such as Guduchi, Vidang, Musta, Shunti, Amalaki, Vacha, Daruharidra, Gugulu, Lashuna, and some other drugs. According to Prakriti of the patient, we vary the medicines. We will not give all the things to a person. The things and the medicines and the procedure will vary according to the person's Prakriti and some compound formulations to say a few compound formulations like Trikatu, Navaka Gugulu, Trifala Gugulu, Vidangadi Chuna, Takradishta, Navayasaloha, Arogyavardhini, and other things. Let's say what is the preventive measures. And here I would like to say some things like it is all the thing of obesity is a resultant of what you take and what to expend. The things, the calories which you are taking, the same thing you need to expend. When you collect it, it may ultimately result in obesity. Obesity is a chronic disease. It is a slow poison, silent killer. The roots are very, very deep and results in very uh, dangerous and irreversible damages to the very vital organs of the body. And very common soft target is the heart. So, kindly follow the righteous things in life and lifestyle, modify it and make it very healthy. Certain lifestyle modifications I would like to mention, that is mild to moderate exercise according to individual capacity and regular habit of brisk walking up to 30 minutes and avoid sedentary habits, avoid excessive sleep, avoid watching TV while having food, avoid alcohol and smoking. Let's see certain do's and don'ts. According to Ayurveda, these are the certain do's which we need to follow to maintain healthy weight, that is low fat and low calorie food items. The food should be rich in protein so that it takes longer time to digest and you will not feel any cravings for food. And the vegetables should be boiled and baked, not fried one. And we should take food in a small quantity and it should be very frequent. And the milk should be skimmed so that it should not contain any fat. And the other things which we need to follow is certain whole wheat grains, and whole grains which we follow is oatmeal, yawa, wheat, moong dal, madhu, amla, anar, and other things. And especially takra is said to be very good for the obese people. That is buttermilk. And the wonder of one vegetable is a cabbage. It will stop the conversion of sugars to fat. So calories will be ultimately converted into fat. No? That cabbage is the thing, the vegetable which stops the conversion of sugar to fat and thereby stops the accumulation of fat in the body. And it is also advised to use warm water frequently and to include lemon in diet and drinks. Certain don'ts according to Ayurveda. The diet should be high in protein, but it should not be high in carbohydrate. And the diet should be rich in vegetables. And the diet should not be rich in calories and dairy products and fast food, junk food. It should not include all those things. It should be very healthy. And it is also said to avoid excess salt. So ultimately, I would like to say is the food, which is one of the Trayopastamba in Ayurveda. The three Upastambas of life of a person is Ahara, Nidra, and Brahmacharya. Ahara is very important aspect of a very important part of the life of the person. So it should be very simple and should be healthy. Eat healthy, but not less. So when we consider junk food and healthy food, it always healthy food stands one step ahead to maintain health. So let food be the medicine, not the disease causing agent. Thank you.